Now we're getting into media framing, and I have two videos. They cover the same story, and I want you to make note of how these two stories are framed differently. We'll start with this one, the one from NBC.
This morning, the Ellen DeGeneres show is under new scrutiny. A source close to the production confirming to NBC News, Warner Media has launched an internal probe into the award-winning daytime series amid reports alleging a toxic work environment. The source also says the show's host, Ellen DeGeneres, is not part of the investigation, adding it's not about her at all. According to Variety, executives from Telepictures, which produces the show, and Warner Brothers Television, which distributes it, sent a memo to staffers last week telling them a third-party firm will be talking to current and former employees. NBC News has not seen the memo. The investigation comes on the heels of a recent report by BuzzFeed News in which one current employee and 10 former staffers allege a culture of racism, fear, and intimidation. They blame senior managers on the show for allowing the behavior.
The biggest common thread that everyone told me is that what goes on behind the scenes is a far cry from what the show represents in their Be Kind messaging and what the show and what Ellen DeGeneres herself profits off of.
Listen to one another and be kind to one another.
The allegations include ex-staffers saying they were fired from the show for taking time off for medical leave or bereavement. One former African-American employee also telling BuzzFeed she was subject to multiple racist comments and microaggressions during her time at Ellen, including at a work party.
She was approached by a male senior writer, and he made a comment to her along the lines of, "Oh, I don't know your name. I only know the names of the white people who work here."
In a joint statement to BuzzFeed News earlier this month, executive producers Mary Connolly, Andy Lassner, and Ed Glavin said they take the allegations very seriously, adding, "It's not who we are and not who we strive to be, and not the mission Ellen has set for us. We realize, as many in the world are learning, that we need to do better, are committed to do better, and we will do better."
So, Miguel, you mentioned a third party is going to be talking to current and former employees. What implications will that have for the investigation moving forward?
Well, Craig, insiders say that third party is an indication this is all being taken very seriously. Now, we did reach out to everyone involved. There was no comment from anyone, and the show right now is on its usual summer hiatus.
Okay, so that was news story number one. And now I'm going to move this over so I can see. Let's watch the second news story, and then we'll talk about the differences. So this one is, I think this one is Fox News. Yeah.
Ellen DeGeneres feeling the heat as more employees, past and present, from her show. They were working in a toxic environment. Some Hollywood actors also speaking out against the talk show host now. Let's bring in Carly Shimkus of Fox News Headlines 24/7. Carly, good morning. Great to see you. So what more are we hearing on this story?
Yeah, so things are really spiraling here, and it's sort of two situations unfolding at once. One of them has to do with a mountain of complaints against the show's executive producers. Some 47 past and current employees have complained to BuzzFeed News. Allegations ranging from a toxic work environment, bullying, now even sexual harassment. So Warner Media is investigating that, and that investigation will likely lead to people losing their jobs. The other allegation has to do with Ellen herself, and allegations that she's not the happy-go-lucky, nice person that her show would lead people to believe. And that started off as sort of a rumor and a trending hashtag on Twitter, and then a bodyguard spoke out against her who worked with her, saying that she was pretty icy in person. And now two celebrities, Brad Garrett of Everybody Loves Raymond fame and Leah Thompson from Back to the Future, have posted tweets saying that she's not nice. So it's a pretty tough moment to be Ellen right now.
Yeah, here's the Brad Garrett tweet saying, "Sorry, but it comes from the top." at The Ellen Show. No more than one who were treated horribly by her. Common knowledge, DeGeneres sends emotional, oh, sorry, I'm reading exactly off my words here. And then Leah Thompson, to your point, Back to the Future, as you said, she responded to Garrett's tweet then and said, true story, it is, which did leave the question, Carly, how many more would come out in that fashion?
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, it sounds so gossipy, but it is sort of true that she does have a lot of Hollywood famous friends. You know, she's been a mainstay in Hollywood for quite some time, and nobody has really come out in support of her. It also should be said, we are living in a very politically polarized time, that all of these allegations started to unfold after she defended her friendship with George W. Bush and after she came out in support of Kevin Hart, after he lost his Oscar gig for making, you know, homophobic comments on Twitter, and she received significant political backlash for both of those things. So could a little bit of this be true, and could a little bit of this be sort of politically motivated? Quite possibly.
All right.
Okay, so you might have noticed the big differences here are the attribution of responsibility. That is, the Fox News article, or excuse me, Fox News story was very much it's Ellen's fault. It's like she is the main problem. She is the main responsible party. Whereas the other one was more of a global, like it was looking more at the structural system in place. And that's going to lead us into our conversation that will follow after this video.